got ducks flying all over. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of setup. My dad got me fishing for trout when I was really little, and started me fly fishing when I was 14 years old, fly fishing for trout. And I just fell in love with that fish. Still today is my favorite fish to fish for. I just think they are among the most beautiful of God's creation, and I just love to catch them, admire them, and release them. And I don't know, somewhere about 5 years ago, you hear the eagle? Anyway, somewhere about 5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to try and go catch a trophy of each one of the major salmonid species. And I started doing my research online, checking out what species were available where. Wanted to catch them wild, native if possible. Certainly didn't want to catch stocked fish, and decided that the first one that I would go after would be bull trout. Found out, pretty quickly that it looked like the Koocanusa watershed in southern British Columbia was more or less ground zero for the biggest bull trout in the world. So I started talking to guides down around that area, and I came across Jeff at Home Waters, and we really hit it off. I could tell he was hardcore, really experienced angler, and seemed like a really friendly guy, great guide. So started talking to him, kind of decided where I wanted to go. Wanted to hit the fish up on their way to the spawning tributaries, but I didn't really not want to mess around with the fish as they're actively spawning, and Jeff was total agreement. So got online, March, this is 2018, tried to get our classified waters permits for these waters. They're real popular, so you have to have a classified water permit to get on them, and I found out that to do what we wanted to do, a couple days guided and 3 days self-guided, it was pretty much impossible for us to get on any of these classified waters as a non-resident. The permits just weren't available. So I started looking at a more remote area of British Columbia, someplace that we could go, we could get off on our own, and we didn't have to have a classified water permit. So I got online again, did my research, studied up, looked around all over the place, got on Google Earth, talked to fisheries biologists, and found out where we wanted to go and the right time of year. And we got up there, headed up, this is summer 2018, we headed up there, and it's 2,500 miles away from my home. And no boots on the ground, no local knowledge, no reconnaissance, nothing. We're going out there hitting it cold in the middle of a rainforest. It's really difficult to move around in, and we did catch one 25-inch fish. That was the only migratory fish that we saw the entire week. We caught plenty of resident bulls, but no big migratories. So it became really obvious that even though we were on a good tributary in a good watershed with healthy populations of wild bull trout, migratory bull trout, that without any kind of local knowledge, no boots on the ground, no reconnaissance, nothing, coming 2,500 miles away from our home and dropping into this river system, it was going to be really tough for us to find a good fishable group of these fish that are spread out in 25, 30, 40 miles of river when they're coming up in waves. And I think in 2018 we landed between waves. So I decided that in 2019 we'd try it one more time. If we got our big fish, great. If we didn't, then it was pretty obvious, okay, we were not going to be able to do this on our own. So in 2019, I planned a trip again back up to the rainforests of British Columbia. But I also got in touch with Jeff, and I scheduled a October trip on the Kootenai with him, a tributary to the Koocanusa Reservoir, southern British Columbia. And we went up in 2019, my daughter and son and I, and we went up there and we caught, I think we hooked maybe 3 or 4 migratory fish. My daughter caught a really nice mid 20-inch migratory bull trout, and I caught my 30-incher. I caught a really nice buck 30-inch fish, maybe around 10 pounds. So mission accomplished. You know, I got the fish that I've wanted. I consider that a trophy. But I kept this trip with Jeff in October on the Kootenai. And I went up there with him, and Jeff has just turned out to be a fantastic guy. We go out there, I got 3 days with him, and we get on the river the first day, and before lunch I catch 2 15-pounders, and not just 15-pounders, but immaculate fish, just absolutely perfect condition wild fish. And you know, I caught the first one, we fought it, we landed it, we admired it, took some nice pictures of it and let it go. And then we popped up at the top of this run again, same run that we caught that fish on the very next time up, and we drift back down through, and boom, I get its twin. Another 15-pounder, another just gorgeous specimen of a bull trout. So I'm great, I'm happy, I couldn't be happier. We're having a great time. And we were up there, you know, for the rest of that day, and then for most of the next 2 days. Jeff boated me around that watershed, so showed me some of the most beautiful aqua blue glacial rivers. Just really gorgeous scenery. Just a fantastic place to be. Showed me around his river, showed me around his home. And it was just a blast. And we caught a good number of fish, up to 10 pounds. But we never saw another fish like, you know, well, we saw some, but we never hooked another fish in that, you know, 15-pound class, that really big fish. So we're late in the day on day 3, and I'm fine. I'm great. I'm good. And you know, Jeff doesn't punch the clock. I mean, he fishes harder and wants to stay out longer, I think, than I do. So I had no idea. I knew it was getting late in the day, but I didn't know specifically how much more time we had left. So you know, after we fished this one spot, I just turned to him and I said, you know, I'm 100% satisfied. I do not have to catch another fish. So let's just take the rest of the day, however much time we have left, and let's go see if we can get a really big one, a cranker. So Jeff said, okay. We hopped, you know, he powered the jet boat up, pointed it back downstream. We went back down to where I hooked those two, or caught those 2 15-pounders. And we decided we'd take 5 drifts through there and then call it a day. Well, the first drift we went through, we got bumped once or twice. Didn't get any hooks in it. Didn't know whether they're bull trout or whitefish or whatever they were. And then we pulled up top again, top of that run, and we went down through it the second time. And the video that you'll see next is what happened from the start of that run through the catching of the fish and photographing it, admiring it, and letting it go.
I like that. It's a good grip right there.
I put a link to Jeff's information in the descriptions. For sure, the fishing with Home Waters exceeded all of my expectations, but Jeff's personality is what made for a truly great experience. As you'll see from the clip, Jeff is a very fun guy to spend a day in the boat with.
Cast again over there sideways. I don't like that when it's way down there like that. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. It's gonna get a better set on it.
Sure.
It's pushing me a bit, but I'll turn it here. Go on, buddy. Go.
Yeah. Yep. I feel some head shakes and weight and weight. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. That might be the cranker. That might be the topper here. We might have just pulled off the fourth quarter. That's a big fish. Oh. Oh.
Lots of time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big fish. You see those big head shakes like that? There he goes. This might be a big fish trip.
Never know. Easy, okay? Easy, buddy. I'm really busy right now. Settle down. Hey, settle down. Get up here. Come here. Come. We're going in. Go. Get up there.
Oh, that's a big fish. Look at those head shakes.
Talk to me.
He's pumping it upstream. I'm getting close to the backing, but there's not going to be anything you can do about it. I mean, I'm feeling major movement whenever he shakes his head. It's a big fish. Make sure they stay wide if he's coming up in that boat.
Landed an awful lot of fish over here. He's gonna come in. He's gonna come in. Yeah.
This is definitely big fish the trip.
Okay. Keep going that way. That's beautiful. Barkley, wait. Okay, I'm gonna drop the anchor here in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Boat's gonna swing. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna lift the motor up.
Okay.
Doing great.
Let's jack it off too.
Yeah. Okay, don't walk out any further. Yeah, let him come to you. Just be patient. We can't risk him wanting to go downstream there.
No.
Hey, buddy, Barkley, you like this? You like this? Big fish.
Oh my goodness.
Tell you what, man, I'm glad we came down here.
I am sure glad we did. That was a great call.
Yeah.
Thank
Get out of
you.
there and get down here. Don't walk out any further.
No, I'm trying to.
Actually, don't. You just stop moving your feet a bit. It'll let him calm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Good. quickly. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on, bud.
Come on, just a little further, buddy. You're getting tired. Oh my gosh, Jeff.
Don't. Yeah, careful. You just be patient. You're gonna get it. Monster.
Yes.
You're doing the right thing. Come when he wants to.
Look at that fish.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting out here a bit. You stay back there though.
Yeah. He's coming. I can't see him.
Huge.
Yeah, I know he is.
Just stay there. Just trust me, just stay there. Stay up. We gotta keep in this soft stuff. He's wanting to come now a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
Nope.
I'm letting him go. I'm letting him go. I'm letting him go. We'll just take him again.
You're gonna get in trouble if we go down here.
Okay.
Stay there.
Yeah. Here he comes. Okay, I got him coming back up.
Get back up there, yeah.
Yeah!
There's your big fish, buddy.
That's a big one.
That's a big fish.
Oh, and look at the beauty. He is just gorgeous too.
Look at that red.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. I just want to show the GoPro. Oh, look at that across the back.
Here, let me grab a couple photos and we'll let him go. That is a slab.
Yep. That's the fish to close on.
Oh my. Okay, let's let him go. Yep. He's gone. Yep. Oh, gonna power your car, kick you out of there.
Yeah, that's a great way to end a trip.
No, I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Incredible.
Nice.
Well, call it a day.
I think so.
I think that's a perfect way to end.
I don't think we got anything else left to do.
Nice work, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, that
you
was
too.
awesome. That's incredible.
To come down here and say we want to get a bigger one.
We want to get
that
one of the
cranker.
odds, right?
We want to get that cranker. We did it.